Guys, hope you're all well. Today I want to continue this with pen and paper, just so that it's easier for you to understand and it's easier for me to explain all the theoretical or the practical skill set or how to do the setting and everything. So what's possible to share through the paper, I'll share it through the paper, and after this I'll share everything by sharing my screen on how to actually do everything. So let's get started. So what we have already covered is mindset. Yesterday I made a video on it, an intro of appointment setting, which is, we went through the definition of appointment setting, the differences between inbound and outbound, phone setting versus DM setting, how setters fit into the sales process, why the offer you work for determines your outcome and everything. Now what's left is how to actually set. So to be able to set, there's two differences. The first one is phones and the second one is DMs. So first thing is, we will go over how to set, which basically means is, how do you take someone, let's say this guy who is a buyer, how do you take someone from a buying stage to just an intention or looking stage looking stage to a state where they may buy and they are curious, may buy stage. Okay, so curious may buy stage. How do you take someone from here to here? It can be through setting through phones or DMs, doesn't matter. I'm gonna share both how to do them. It can be inbound, outbound, I can share both. So buyer, just looking stage buyer to curious may buy stage. So for us to get someone curious, to be able to get into a stage that they may want to look into buying this thing, we have to make them curious. We have to show them that this may be something they might need. So the first stage is obviously contact. So whatever point of contact we use, either it's DMs or phones, or they filled out some type form like an application, or they submitted something else, they liked our post, liked, or commented, or it's just a cold call. The first contact can be all these things. So the best ones are probably if they come to you. If they come to me with DMs or phones, or type form, nobody comes to you by phones, type form, or like, comment and stuff. Cold call is not the way in 2025, 2026. If you want to make a lot of money, there's just not much money in online sales with cold calling. Now there can be in different different industries, but here we're talking about everything online, with info product businesses. Now DMs. So how does first point of contact work? There are two phases. The first one is inbound, the second one is outbound. So the first point of contact can be that on inbound we can say they have filled out an application or anything. We do have an anchor. So whatever that is, it's like, or a comment or form like an application, whatever that is, we have an anchor to say that, hey man, I came I just got back to you. I'm not just calling you out of the blue. So we can say like, hey, this is XYZ from XYZ. Does that sound familiar? So we will just ask them like a give them a yes or no question. And this should be that, hey, we should remind them like the first point is to remind them that they looked into this, they came to us. First point is to remind them that they came to us. Yes or no. It should be an easy and also a yes or no oriented question, just so that we are clear that they are the people, they looked into it, and they are clear that do they remember or not, or do they need it or not. So, hey man, this is Hissam from Collins team and Freedom Funders. Does that sound familiar? And they will say, no, you can just remind them. So, yeah, man, I just saw that you liked one of our posts, or I just saw that you commented on one of our advertisement, or I just saw that you filled out an application. And I wanted to reach out because just give them a reason after filling out the application. If there's a call that pops up for you to book, for them to book, you can just say, okay man, I just saw that you filled out the application but you weren't able to book the call. So reason for calling. So just give them a reason, like, I just saw that you filled out the form but you didn't book a call. What happened? Was it anything on our side with the calendar, or is it just you got busy or something? Just double commitment if possible. Double commitment. So double commitment basically means that you give them like two options. Give them uh, two options. What this does is basically creates illusion of choice. If we directly say that, did you what happened? I see that you didn't book a call, man. What happened? We just give them one or multiple choices. It is hard to choose from many things, but it is not hard to choose from two different things that are opposite. So it can be like, were you looking for help with the calendar, or you just got busy. And they can say whatever, both serve us, because we can just take it from here. But it's just to give them a choice, or a reason, that we are calling for a reason. And also we will frame the question in a way that they are gonna get an illusion of choice, basically. So that's what I mean by double commitment. So the first thing on inbound is that they have filled out something that's going to be our anchor. That's our anchor. We will take the anchor. Hey, this is XYZ from XYZ. Does that sound familiar? We just remind them. So this is the first one. Take the anchor and remind them that they came to us. And make it like a yes or no, because does that sound familiar? It's a yes or no question, right? And after that, if they don't remember, just give them a reason for the call, or you can give them a reason even if they remember. But yeah, if they don't remember, just say that, yeah man, I just saw that you filled out an application and do this and that. And then go back to the second part. So the first part is to remind them, right? If they don't remember, let's say I'm going to go through this like this. Hey, 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 James. Yeah, James. This is Hissam with Collins Team and Freedom Funders. Does that ring a bell? Does that sound familiar? No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, man. I just saw that you filled out an application over here. Uh, that's our reason, and that's to give them, just remind them as well. So you filled out an application. Oh, okay. You filled out an application about funding. Oh, okay. You filled out an application about real estate. Oh, gotcha. Once they remember, you can just continue from there. So yeah, man, I just saw that you filled that application out, but I didn't see you booked a call because usually a calendar pops up after filling out the application. So I was just curious, were you looking for help with the calendar or you were busy? That's the double commitment. Now, after that, you can just go through the process. I will show you how that works. But that was for inbound. For outbound, you also have to have these things, but you have to have them in a different way. So you have to have some sort of anchor, some sort of anchor, and you have to have some sort of you know something that they may need. So, for example, if somebody calls me for selling me real estate, they can just say, hey man, hey Hisam, yeah Hisam, how's it going? This is XYZ from XYZ team. Now, okay, so outbound, I would say there's so many ways of doing it. You have to have an opener that can break the that can break the ice, break the ice. Now this is way harder. Like outbound and cold outbound is way harder because you have to create an opener, you have to break the ice. You have to do the same here, but it's much easier and it happens when you remind them of things. But here you're a complete stranger, right? So their guards are up. Yo, who is this guy who's calling me out of the blue and talking about real estate? So you have to create an opener like, hey Sam, this is XYZ, man. You did you look into this property that we have? Maybe something like that. Oh, no worries. I mean, it's in your location, so there's some anchor, as I mentioned. So you can, the cold leads will be, let's say, from same area, same area, or same niche. It's just way broader, it's just wider and generalized, but there is an anchor. So I just saw that you looked into one of these properties, or that's going to be inbound. You can just say that, yeah man, so I just see that you have a nice property in the neighborhood. I was just curious, were you looking to sell it or not? And then you can say, oh, you were, gotcha man, what was the issue that you were facing when selling it? How much are you selling it for? And then you can go through the process and see, if you can help him sell the property. That's basically how the outbound works. I know it's jumbled, I know it's everything mixed up, but outbound, I'm not going to waste too much time on this, because once you go from reminding them or breaking the ice and going from a stranger to them telling you that, yeah, I want to sell the property, then after that it's exact same as this one. So we are just going to go over the process after this. So once you break the ice and you did the intro, now you are going to be at this stage. Process starts with after intro there is a, what would you call it, there's a double commitment to get more info on their current situation. So not necessarily a double commitment, but their current situation. So what is their current situation? Now this is generalized. I'm going to share how to do this through phones and DMs as well. But the first thing is process. So let's do the process. Okay. So this is the current situation, right? The current situation can be what are they now, or where are they at now? So everything uh everything about their current situation is the first part that we have to dive into. So we can ask them like, okay, all right, man, so I see that you filled that application out, but I didn't see you book a call. So I was curious, were you looking for funding, or is that something, you're not looking at the moment, or something? We did the intro, that's done. After that, we have to see, okay, makes sense, man, no worries. If that was the calendar, I will help you set up the call. But before that, let's see if it even makes sense to get you on a call with anyone. So for you, were you looking to fund an existing business, a new one? You have to get to their current situation, but you have to frame it. So in between, from going to from intro to current situation, there is something called framing and labeling. We will get into these as well. But the intro to current situation, in current situation, we get to know that where are they right now. So I can ask them to have more understanding of their situation. It can vary from offer to offer, but it can be, let's say, I a business owner is coming to me for funding. So I can ask that, were you looking to fund an existing business or a new one? Just ask things that can clear up their current situation. So I can have more idea by asking him, were you looking to fund an existing business or a new one? And then I can ask like, okay, so you were looking to fund an existing business. How old is this business? And how long were you looking for funding? And how much? How long how long this is just to peel back. So whatever you ask, you can ask how long after that to peel back. Now, after asking them for how long, gotcha. So you were looking for XYZ for this long. Gotcha. Have you tried anything so far? Have you tried, etc.? You can ask that, or after asking these, you can then go into the second stage. This is the first stage. The second stage, which is their goals. Now are their goals can be that they need an exact amount like 500K in funding, and their goal can be to lose weight. Depending on the offer, the goals can differ. So you can ask them, how much weight are you looking to lose, man? After having a current situation, like they're saying that, man, I'm just going to the gym and I'm trying to do this and that. uh Currently I'm eating this, and yeah, I feel shit, I'm still fat and everything. Then you can anchor it and say, okay, so makes sense. You're at this stage, but in terms of your goal, how much weight are you looking to lose? And by losing that weight, you can peel back the goals as well. By losing that weight, how will it help outside of just getting fit? They can say, oh, I will be able to play with my grandparents, not granddaughters, and stuff like that. I will not be uncomfortable when taking pictures. I will be able to be myself again. I will not be socially anxious and everything. So you can get their pain here, you can get their pain here. That's a different thing. That's, if I get into that, this is going to be 2-3 hours long video, which obviously I don't want you to do. The first or the main things that you need when you are getting on any offer is just to get an idea, to have their current situation, their goals, and then get their struggles, and then just paste the call. So these things are basic. You do them brokenly, but if you do them from current to goals to struggles to then pitch, even if you do them, half broken, half working, you will still do good sets. You will still make money. So I'm not focusing on going to every single details just because of that. Now, their goal is to get 100K in funding, 500K in funding, or to lose 20 stone. That's their goal. You can ask them why. You can peel back again. Now this is very dirty, but yeah, you can peel back again, and then you can ask them about the third stage, which is peel back the layers. So let me just uh let me just redefine the process over here. The first is intro. The second is current situation. Okay, intro to current situation. Two, intro to current situation. To what do you call it, goals, goals and struggles or challenges, whatever you want to call it, struggles or challenges. So you have to go from intro to their current situation, peel back, like every stage you have to peel back one or two times. So if this is B to C, you can peel back a lot more. You can get into more their pain. B to B, which means that business to business or business to customer. So business to business is like you are a business owner and you're talking to an A type guy who is a business owner as well. And business to customer is like the fat loss one. You are a business owner or a coach and you're talking to someone random, like a person, not a business. They're not A type. They are going to be uh, B type. So B type means we can get into their pains. We can do more of the peel back. We have to focus more on their pain because they don't have a big reason to do this, like to buy our product. Now, when we are into B2B, they need 500K in funding. That's enough of a problem for them to buy. We just need to make sure we can help them. So B2B is different, B2C is different. In B2C, we just have to focus a lot more on their pain to create a gap. Now, I will go over what a gap is as well. Gap. Okay, I'll go over after this. To pain, we have to focus more on pain to create a gap. In B2B, we have to focus on them to see if they qualify and create curiosity to get them to show up. So B2B, we have to just give them a reason and curiosity to make them show up and focus on them to see if they are qualified, basically. So B2B can be this business owner. We need, certain amount of credit to be able to give them like 500K. Then we will just focus on their situation for a bit. Like, okay, so 500K, what do you need that for? Marketing, this, that. Okay, gotcha, man. So it seems like that's been holding you back from doing it. How long has it been since you've been needing these funding for? They can say, oh, it's been a few months, or I just looked into it today. They can be like that. Gotcha. Well, to be able to help you with that, we will need some sort of, credibility. So for you, what's your scores looking like? How much do you have to invest in? Things like that. And after that, we just have to make them curious that, yeah, man, we have helped a lot of guys similar to you in this same exact niche. You can share the testimonials if you have any, but then say, but yeah, obviously this 5-10 minutes call, unplanned call, so it's not enough to go over everything. But if you want to know if we can get you guaranteed 500K in funding or whatever the offer is, then I can definitely help you set up a call with our VP. Is that something that can help you? And then book them on a call. Now B2C is, we have to create pain. We have to ask them, why are you doing this now? What has changed? Why not delay this for the next 5-6 months? What happens if you keep being fat for the next 10 years? The last 10 years you were fat. What if you can stay fat for the next 5 years? So you have to create pain, you have to create urgency, and you have to do all that with B2B as well, but not on the setting call. You have to do that on the setting call with the B2C just to make them show up. I mean, it's insane. B2C are always pain to deal with. B2B are not pain to deal with. Now that's right there. Framing, framing and labeling, kind of the same things. Creating a gap, creating a gap gap. So framing is basically going from one question question to another. So framing can be like uh, just repeating back the first thing as well. But let's say I want to ask him about his age, uh, but before that I am speaking about his gender, for example. Okay, man, so are you a man or a woman? Okay, brother, so are you that's that's insane. I'm saying man and brother and then I'm asking for their. Anyways, we can ask that. Gotcha, so this cat is a male or a female? That's our first question. Gotcha, so it's a female. Makes sense. And since this cat is a female, does this cat have any kids right now? So do you see that I have framed the question? So the first one was, is it a male or a female? After that they say, okay, it's a female. I could have just directly asked that, okay, does this cat have kids? Or I can just frame it that, gotcha, man, so it's a female. Since it's a female, does this cat have any kids? So it's more natural, it feels more like a conversation rather than an interview. So that's basically what a framing means. And labeling is, whenever somebody says that, oh man, I'm struggling to do this and do that, I'm working whole day and I'm not able to get back to my children. Even when I'm making all the money, I don't have the time to do this and that. So I can just label them and say that, okay, label is something that can summarize their situation differently to help them understand that to make them feel heard. So summarize, what do I mean by summarize? Okay, so when somebody says that, again, as I mentioned, it takes too much time and I'm making money but I'm not able to spend time with my family and stuff. So I can just say, so what you want is not the financial side of it, but more of the time freedom of being able to spend time with family and stuff. They will say, exactly, yeah, man, that's what I need. This is just to make them feel heard and make them feel understood, so that whatever we say after this is gonna be something that they will feel that is catered to help them get out of this situation. So that's basically labeling. You don't have to get into this, you don't even have to know this to be able to set. This will come naturally, but just doing it to make it better, make the training better, for someone who's advanced as well. Creating a gap. Now this is really simple. They are You have to just paint a picture of their current situation and where their goal. So the further you peel back, on their current situation. They if they're B2C, they will give you more pain and more pain and more pain. And with their goals, with B2C, they will give you more more things that can relieve their pain again and again. It's kind of the same with B2B as well, but it can be like in two words. But with B2C, you have to, go over a tangent to paint them a picture of their goals and their current situation and creating a gap. So this gap is needed for them to show up to the closing call, who we are going to set them to. So they have 500K, they need 500K in funding, and they have tried this and that. They need 500K from us. This is the goal, but they don't have 500K, which means there is a gap of them needing the funding. But we can further it out by just asking them, have you tried getting funding by yourself? If they have tried multiple times, they have failed, we can say, gotcha man, you are not doing this in this way, and that's why. But on the main call, obviously our VP will show you how we exactly do that, so it's going to make sense for you as well, and you can understand how we can get you funding in the best way possible. Now that's how you create gap. It's really simple: their current situation, their goals, and we have to make them clear on their current situation, and make them even clearer that what will happen if you don't get out of this current situation, and what will happen if you don't get to this goal. And this will create more of a pain here, more of a desire to get here, and that will create a gap. That's basically what a gap is. Now, how do you do that? Through phones. The way I shared it, that was for phones, and for DMs as well. So for DMs, there is initial opener, which is a double commitment. So you can ask, for example, if someone needs to lose weight, hey, were you looking to lose weight or gain muscle? Gain muscle. So whatever offer you get on, just go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT that, can you give me a two-line opener, a double commitment opener for this offer? Just mention the offer, and it will give you multiple double commitment openers. Hey, were you looking to lose weight or gain muscle? That can be your initial question. After this, you have to uh, go over their current situation again, current situation with open-ended questions. For example, okay man, so what makes you lose weight? This is like an open-ended question. Open-ended means that we are not giving them two choices to make. This is exact opposite of double commitment, because double commitment is there to make them give an answer that we want, but make it easy for them. But the open-ended question is to make them think and give us everything that they think about their situation, not what we want them to give us. So that's open-ended question. So in DMs, we ask a lot of open-ended questions. We ask that on phones as well, but in DMs we do that. So for current situation, after saying that we're looking to lose muscle or lose weight or gain muscle, they can say both, or I want to gain muscle and lose a lot of weight, or I want to lose a lot of weight. Then you can say, gotcha. So what's guy looking to lose weight? How much do you weigh? Or what's guy looking to lose weight? That's like an open-ended question. To have more idea on their current situation, we have to ask questions that are catered towards helping their current situation. So what's their current situation, right? How what's guy looking to lose weight, and how much are you looking to lose? uh, why specifically? Or you can say that, gotcha, so how long has it been since you've been trying to lose this weight? uh, how do you feel? How has the 5 years time window gone? How was it, since you've been trying all these diets and stuff? whatever they give you. That's also open-ended, right? How was it? That's a really open-ended question. They can give you a big tangent as well. So once you go from their current situation, you can then go to their goals. Okay, so you're struggling with all this. Gotcha. Now paint me a picture of what do you want to, what stage do you want to be in? How much do you want to weigh? How do you want to look in the mirror? How do you want to see yourself as a person? You can go over their goals and then their struggles. Okay, so for the past 10 years you've been trying to go from this current situation to this goal. How what do you want to do? What have you tried so far, and what do you feel like it has been making you feel on those things? And then after their struggles, you can just pitch them a call. Gotcha. So we had a lot of people. So the way you frame the pitch is, we had a lot of people who are in your current situation, uh, who had the same goal as you, and they were facing the same issues, and we helped them go from their current to their goal in 30 days, let's say. 30 days. If that's what I can do for you, is I can help you get on a call with our coach, who will see if we can help you do the same or not. Is that something that can help you? Everybody is going to say yes. If they are broke, they're going to say yes, but how much does it cost? That's something for another day. That's objection handling. You will get better at it over time. But yeah, that's basically how you do phones and DMs. On phones, you can do the same thing verbally. On DMs, you just have to be a few more things. On DMs, I would want to say. So the same process applies on DMs. You have to have an opener that's double commitment, and that's really simple. It has to be small. So here you must be messaging from someone's, let's say someone has 1 million followers. So if you are on their account, why would you ever write a big long message complimenting them and saying they're doing this? Glad that I appreciate you reaching out. Do not be needy. You don't have to be needy. First, you don't have to compliment for no reason. Compliment for no reason. Small things. So small things. You don't have to be this needy and compliment small things. Just be authoritative. Just be like you're talking to your friend, but you don't have time. So you can just give like 2 sentence questions, but your questions should really be uh, good ones. So you can ask them like, okay, so you've been trying to lose weight for all this time. What's been holding you back? You can do that. Some people, I see a lot of DM setters make this mistake of, okay, they have the same question, their framing is right, but their issue is that they will give them a lot of compliments before even asking any question, which lowers the authority and which lowers your status in their mind. And nobody talks to someone who they don't feel like they are better than them. So what you can ask, so these people that I see are doing it badly, is that they will say, uh okay, so you're a really good person, you still reached out for help, that's the main thing. And a lot of people don't do that and do this and that. So for you, what was holding you back from going from this to this? Or you can just say, glad that you reached out. Now help me understand what's been holding you back from getting to this. That's like, you have to make it simple, you have to make it shorter. Simple simple shorter, and you have to make it sound human. So a human doesn't give like 5 paragraph responses. All right, so that's what I mean when I say how different it is in the DMs. It's exact same, you just have to be more human on the DMs. And on phones you cannot be AI, right? You're naturally human. So that's how you do setting on phones. And Okay, so that's how you do phones, how you do DMs, and the process. Okay, so this is how you set someone on a call. So if you have any further questions, please let me know. The next guide is going to be on how do you land roles. So how do you land roles? How do you land roles? And once landing a role, daily workflow. What do you do when you land those roles? Okay, so these are our next topics, and I hope that was helpful. For these next topics, we will do it maybe tomorrow or a day after tomorrow. But that's basically it, guys. I hope it helps. And if you any of you have any questions, just join the community from the description and ask me anything you want. And yeah, I may not reply on time, but I will reply, and we will see if we can help you in the best way possible.